Hi, my name is Miss Munchie, and I'm here to do a product review of Sleep Shepherd Blue, a sleep aid device for people who have a hard time falling asleep. So first I should tell you why I got it. I'm a light sleeper, and if any little thing wakes me up in the middle of the night, it triggers something in my head that tells me I have to go to the bathroom. I'm also middle-aged, and so that whole going to the bathroom thing in the middle of the night happens. And so anything that wakes me up triggers that signal, and I have to go to the bathroom whether I really need to or not. And it gets very annoying when I have to do that like half a dozen times, sometimes more, a night. And so I wanted to get this device in the hopes that it would help me sleep more deeply so that I wouldn't get stirred and have that happen every single night. So let me show you what the product looks like. It's a headband, and inside of it there are these two pads that have little mini speakers inside of them, and then this middle sensor goes over your left eye, and that's what's measuring your brainwave activities. And so what happens is that you put it on your head at night like this. So these speakers are over your ears, the electronics are here, and what they're doing is sending little pulses at different frequencies to each ear that helps to lull you to sleep. And the sensor in the front is monitoring your brainwave activity, so it realizes when you've gone to sleep. And then when you have fallen asleep, it shuts off, the speakers shut down, until it senses that you're waking up again. So your brain activity is going, and so then they start up again trying to get you to go back to sleep. And so then what happens is it works in tandem. Let me load my smartphone app. And so what it does is before you go to sleep, you send a signal via Bluetooth to the headband, from the app to the headband, and saying start the sleep thing, and that triggers this. And then the disconnection is lost, so there's not transmission going on all night. Instead, what's happening is this is recording all night internally, and then the next morning when you wake up, you trigger and say close down the app, and it sends a Bluetooth signal to transmit the information that happened during the night and then shut off. And so there's only that communication before and after your sleep. So then what you get is on the smartphone app, you get a chart that shows you how you did on your sleeping. So I started the time we went to bed, what time I woke up, and how many hours of quality sleep did I have, and then you give a rating, 1 to 5, how did you think that you did sleeping. And in this case I gave it last night a rating of 3, and then the app gave me a rating of 71, and to be honest, in 2 weeks I've never gone over like a 74. My goal is to get over 80 at this point. At the top there's some color bands that you can't really see that show you how many hours you were in each mode of sleep. So now if I go to the sleep lab, we'll start over here. So now you can see that, let's see, oh, here's my chart for last night, my brainwaves for last night, and the white line sections of the line, that's when I was in REM, rapid eye movement sleep, and then you can see how much I was in deep, light, and restless sleep. And then at the bottom, it tells me what time, how much I had 2.5 hours of deep sleep, 2.5 of light sleep, out of 7.5 hours of sleeping total. Then I can change to this head orientation, and it shows you, were you sleeping on your back with your head straight, or to the right, or to the left? And so this is showing me a lot left, but in actuality it's kind of deceiving because I have a tendency during the night to flip over to my stomach, and then in reality I'd be turned to the right, but the sensor and the thing thinks I'm to the left. So, but at least I know that about myself. And then over here it gives you your weekly trends. So you can compare each day or each night's sleep. So this one that's really short is because the headband came off in the middle of the night and I didn't feel like putting it back on. So that you can see the trends over time. So let's talk about now how do I like it and would I recommend it. So, and the pros and cons. So the pros are that it does seem to help me stay asleep longer with less getting up at night, less frequency of getting up at night. And then when I do wake up at night, it's immediately the speakers start going again to get me to go back to sleep, and I do fall asleep again rather quickly, even if I do have to run to the bathroom. The cons are that there must be a different, this might monitor your body or sleep activity, whereas your thoughts must be back here or somewhere else in your brain. Because what happens is sometimes if you wake up in the middle of the night and your thoughts are going crazy, like you're thinking about work and you're thinking about life and you're thinking about things you were supposed to do, and your thoughts are very active. So what's happened is I'll wake up and my thoughts are going crazy, and I'm lying there as still as possible trying to fall back asleep. Meanwhile, the speakers have triggered because it realized I was awake. And then eventually, because I'm not moving, they do realize that my body's not moving, and so it thinks I've fallen asleep and it shuts off, when in actuality, my thoughts are still going a little crazy. The pro, though, is that whereas I might wake up at 2 in the morning and my thoughts are going crazy, and now I can't go back to sleep until like 3:34 a.m. You've lost a couple hours of sleep and you're tired and exhausted and really irritated. Even when I've woken up with my thoughts going, I've gotten back to sleep a lot quicker by having the headband on. And two more cons. One is if you sleep hot, so let's say, then you're going to have this headband that would keep your head warm all night long. And in my house, I live in a very hot place, and so at night, during the summer, it can get pretty darn hot and warm, and so that could be an irritation for some people. The other one was just me, I guess, probably would be the best way to say it, but for over about 15 years, I've only been able to ever sleep with a Tempur-Pedic pillow that has the memory foam and the dip that supports your neck in the back. So the first night I wore this, and there's the Velcro attaches in the back here, and it created a pressure point on where that dip in the Tempur-Pedic pillow happened, and it actually gave me a headache. But luckily I had just bought some new pillows recently, and so the next night I used the new pillow and had no problem. So since I've gotten this, I haven't used my Tempur-Pedic pillow, I've used my new pillow. So how do I feel it does overall, and would I recommend it? The answer is yes. I think it has improved my sleeping. It has reduced the frequency and length of time that I wake up in the middle of the night. It gets me back to sleep a lot faster. I've only had it 2 weeks, so I'm really hoping that over time my sleep is going to really improve better. For instance, on that score, my goal at this point is to get over 80, a score of over 80. And so far, the highest I've gotten is a 74. So it's not for everybody. It's not going to work in all situations, I'm sure. But it's been working for me, and I'm pretty darn happy with it. And so would I recommend it? Yes. Now, you can find it on Amazon now. It is pricey. It's over $100. I happened to get the deal because I was one of the Kickstarter people at the intro price, but I am happy with it, and I have been using it pretty much every night, and I do think it's helping to improve my sleep. So yes, I would recommend it.